Well,
Yeah.
let's see how he did a couple years later. This is from 2024. Little Bites. Um, Summary for this film. In a desperate attempt to protect her 10-year-old daughter, a young widow allows a nightmarish monster to slowly eat her alive. Written and directed by Spider One. Also, not bring. He's holding strong. I wonder if he just all of them. It's just me and myself. Randy, why don't you start this one off?
Okay. Right off the bat, I gotta say, I loved this story idea. This is a great idea. Like it was so well done. It kept me on the edge of my seat through the whole thing. I love the Agyar, as that's how you say his name, John Skarloff. What a performance, right, guys? I mean, as this
Yeah, it
monster,
was really good.
Yeah.
I thought that he did good in the trailer. You're not prepared for how awesome he is in this movie. I
Hmm.
especially love the scene when he comes back after he leaves, towards the end, and he's talking to the girl at the door.
Yeah.
Creepy vibes the whole time.
You know what he reminded me of there was
What?
when Raphael has to go out on the street in Ninja Turtles.
Oh
Because he
yeah,
had like a fucking hat. Like,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
I was like, come
Just
on,
a
man.
Losing his
regular
sight.
Joe.
And
Yeah,
that's the point in the movie where I was like, I don't think this little girl is as fucking smart as everybody keeps saying she is. Because
yeah.
how didn't she know that dude was a monster? Well,
Oh, I know,
whatever.
right? Like, yeah, he looked like a monster in a trench coat. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Kind of looked
Um,
like a big monster in a trench coat.
yeah, exactly. But I liked the slow, like, I love the first half of this movie, especially. They do a really good job because you're like, is this broad just crazy? It's like a descent into madness. Is she just insane? There's a great cameo in the park. I don't want to ruin it, I guess, if somebody doesn't know about it, but
It's just a
we're
cameo.
okay. Well, so
It's not like
it's
a plot twist.
yeah, it's the chick from Friday the Third, or not Friday the Third. I'm sorry, Nightmare on Elm
Nightmare on Elm
Street.
Street. Heather
What's her name?
Langenkamp.
Like
Heather
a
Langenkamp. Yeah. So they're talking on this park bench, and the whole time I'm like, "There's no way this lady's real." You know what I mean? Like, I
Mhm.
literally thought it was a figment of her imagination because it was just too. She shows the bites. You're just like, "There's no way," but maybe way. Like I don't know. I'm still after
I'm
the end of it.
assuming that
Yeah,
the way that happened, I'm assuming that she joined forces with her daughter and did a similar thing that what they do at the end of this movie.
I think so. If that's the truth, right? Because the whole movie is an allegory for drug addiction, in my opinion.
I thought
So,
so. I thought drugs too because of the
yeah,
bones, right?
yeah,
Started thinking about what her mom said. Um, that life is a fucking monster. And like
hmm
this chick just seemed super sad. Just so sad. So I'm feeling like it wasn't drugs. It was like depression,
like
like
full on
eating
depression.
at
Yeah,
her. Yeah, like taking little bites of her away, and the only
Oh, you
one
guys
that can
look
take.
deep into this shit, man.
that's
I
a
just
Well,
seem
that's a
like
good
a little
that's
weird
I
guy.
had to make some sense of it
You're
because it was
yeah.
way,
like I was
way,
like,
way
okay,
deeper than
is
these.
this a real? Is this? Am I supposed to think that in the movie the demon's real? Okay,
I
she's
thought it was that damn
interacting. The daughter
Dracula.
sees it. So it's like how
Well,
It's the Beetlejuice.
it could
yeah
it could
it's like if it's just like you know not real, then how did
what
he
is it,
get
right?
there?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So if it is just as straightforward as Dracula, even that story is great. That's the thing about this movie. They did a really good job for 99.9% of it, right? And
Mhm.
that's where we're gonna segue in. And the acting's great. I thought everybody did a really good job, but that's where I'm gonna get into the end of this because the end to me
Mhm.
is what made this go from for me a 9 out of 10 to a 7 out of 10 because that last 2 minutes, I was like, what the hell is this? Right?
But
If it's
like
not,
if you're thinking that this was like an allegory for something, that
yes,
might make that ending a little bit more palatable.
more,
Right.
right. Because that's
Like,
that's
what
what
would
made me
that
start to
action?
think.
What would that action be though? Like, if it was drug addiction or depression, what they do be?
They're consuming the evil and to have the power over it. So
Yeah.
they no longer are being tormented by it. That's
Yeah.
what I took away from it. So,
Sure.
I don't know, but like I said, I don't. It could be as simple though as they're crazy and they decided to eat the guy. So I don't. Sorry,
Yeah, it's
spoiler
just some
alert.
transient.
Yeah, right.
You know,
So, but I did like I said, I thought that I wish there was a little bit more backstory about this monster. Like just a little. It's but the runtime's really good. I liked how deep you could take it in metaphor wise. The acting, this John Scarloff, amazing. If you're gonna watch this movie, I'm gonna buy this one for sure. This is a 7 out of 10 for me. So
Yeah.
cool.
Uh, shit. Yeah. Uh,
What?
what?
I had to scroll back through my notes. Sorry.
Oh,
I wanted to erase something that I had said already. We learn immediately that this woman is being fed upon by this creature and that her daughter is staying with her mom. You'd think she'd just be like, Mom, there's a little creepy dude living in my house who eats small pieces of my flesh daily as a sort of communion to him of some sort. Yeah, like, can my daughter just stay over? There's a little dude here. Can my daughter just stay? Because otherwise her mom thinks there's all kinds of weird shit going on. So um I always think this is one of those, you can explain this and show him the little dude, but of course he disappears at one point. So I don't know. It's always nice to see Barbara Crampton pop up. So looking
Still
great. I
hot.
mean, how
Still
does
looks
she
good.
look? How old is she? Because she doesn't look any older than 40 years old, man. Like
I think she's like
the
50s.
Oh,
Think
I don't know. She's been around. What was Reanimator? What year was that?
like 80.
yeah,
88,
yeah. It had to be in the
something like
late
that.
'80s
The But I
or
love the
early
creep.
'80s. Was it?
87.
I can't.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
thought it was late 70s almost.
Someone Google it.
Yeah.
Working on
uh
it.
87,
I love
88.
the creature. Whatever the creature is, I love it. But I really wish at one point this woman would have like looked over at him and said, like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, I know you're fucking hungry, but have you tried mac and cheese? What about like a hamburger? Like, she doesn't fucking try to give him anything
He
else. I
tried
know he
mac and
says,
cheese.
Well,
I know.
she does try to bring a guy in, right? Well,
Yeah.
which is Chaz Bono, but yeah,
Yeah,
like yeah.
yeah. Um,
I
but yeah,
I didn't know
I'm,
who that was.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Oh
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
I
that was
knew the
fast.
name, I didn't know. I didn't know
does
that
a
was him.
does a great job.
He's great.
Yeah.
Uh, I thought, you know, that he was just you know what I originally thought? I thought that because he's a transgender man, I thought that he was the one
What?
that gave birth. Yeah,
Mhm.
The
Chastity
chubby
Bono.
guy
Chastity
Yeah.
at the bus
Bono
Yeah.
stop?
was a
Yeah.
That's a
girl. Yeah,
girl.
was a girl.
Used to be
But,
Chastity Bono, and now it's Chaz. Yeah. Like 40
but
years, 30 years ago, something like
I
that.
thought
Yeah.
she was the one, or he was the one that had the baby. Remember, there was a trans man that had a baby. It was on People magazine, but it wasn't. That wasn't it.
No, that was
No.
As
some
Bono
other guy.
danced with the stars. I thought that's all that he could do, but he's evidently a really good actor. That was my favorite part of the movie, probably, is that whole
Yeah.
section where she has to try to drag him down the steps.
He's
He
eating that
reminded me
ice cream.
the guy off of was it Office Space,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
stapler guy.
Oh, Milton.
Yeah.
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 He's eating that ice cream. He's like, like no, there's no way it tastes good. It's got cough syrup and
Right,
pills.
right.
You don't
Oh
like it?
man.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say
Whatever he said. I'm not
that.
No,
saying
no,
that.
to him. I'm like,
Yeah.
you look at that ice cream and
That
you're
was
like,
so good.
it's so
Yeah.
good. Get the fuck
Yeah,
out
and
of here.
he heard her in there smashing the pills up with a
Well, there
hammer.
was a whole pill and she dumped it in there, just a whole pill on top.
It's like crunchy. He's eating it. It's like,
That was
hey, I'll
excellent,
tell you,
excellent
sometimes
sequence.
you're so lonely you'll eat whatever the girl brings over. So
And then whenever, you know, the when the
Oh,
monster bites when
Protect
the
her
monster
life.
bites him and then doesn't want him because he tastes sad or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she
yeah.
has to drag him back up the steps and then she like wakes him up and then that part's hilarious too. And
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that they didn't like send a cop or something. Like if that happened to you, wouldn't you like get a hold of somebody, be like, something fucked up happened.
I'd report
I've been date raped.
it. Yeah.
Um, Yeah, I like the Heather Langenkamp cameo too. This thing kind of had notes of like Rumpelstiltskin or like kind of Little Shop of Horrors at some points where like I thought she was going to get into a Feed Me Seymour kind of
Right?
situation with the thing,
Right.
but there's a lot to like here. I just wish you knew anything about the monster because like I just he's just like a little ghoul. He's a little goblin,
Clearly,
and
it's been going on for a while, and we
yeah,
picked up
where did he come from?
years.
Where did he come from?
Where
Where did
did
he
he
go?
go?
Yeah.
Cotton Eye
Well,
Joe.
like her husband died, right? So where did she meet him at? Like, was she at that park and he just rolled up and he's like, "Well, hello," right? Like,
Has
or
he
did
been
he
in the house
just? Yeah,
since the
right.
husband?
Yeah.
Um, I think that Barbara Crampton should have got an on-screen death. That bothered me a lot. Like, you've got Barbara Crampton. You're going to kill her off screen behind a door. That's it. You're not going to give her the integrity of fucking a little bit of special effects makeup or something. Weird. Um, I wrote down, no wonder this lady's mom seems like a bitch. She's that damned evil nun I've heard so much about
Yeah.
from a few years ago. You can never trust an evil nun, dude. She will always look like a nun. Like she will always be that character. You can put her in
Ew.
anything. Something
Ugh.
else. Harsh looking woman. The ending makes no sense. I do think Spider's writing has improved dramatically in just a couple years because I enjoyed this flight all the way through until it crash landed at the end with whatever the hell that was. It's definitely worth a watch, but damn it, there were so many different things they could have done to land that plane. They could have done a million fucking things, a million options. Choose your own adventure. I don't know why they chose to do what they did. Uh, I still don't know nothing about this awesome creature, but 7 out of 10 is what I gave it. Do you think they ran out of money or just didn't know how to end it? Like they were so close to like nailing it at the
The
end, and
more, you know what, the more I think about it, they did nail it if it was in terms of the allegory. The
yeah, that could
demon,
be right.
the
Yeah.
demon's
I didn't
just
think about
there.
that.
Yeah, so like the demon, it's like we're taking him literally, but he just is there. And it like he delivers, the guy was amazing. Like what a creature. What an actor underneath all that makeup. But when she says, "Does God hate me?" and he just delivers that chilling, he doesn't hate you. He just doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
And he's
Yeah.
like, and she's like, "Is God real?" He's like, "Well, he must be. You believe in me." So like it was basically in my what I think is it was the pressures of life and being a single mom because her husband died like a long time ago. Like when her daughter was a baby, I think that's what I got from it. So she's just like freaking out. She doesn't know what to do. So little by little, life is eating away at her. And Heather Langenkamp comes along and she's got the same scars too. So, you know, she did her, she said those 3 stages, and the mom, or was it Chrissy? Is that how you say it? KRSY is her real name, the mom.
That's what I
I'm
wrote.
assuming.
Yeah.
Chrissy Fox is what I wrote as the
Yeah.
character.
She's
Yeah.
great. Like, holy cow. She's a really
Yeah.
good actress. Like, I want to check more of her stuff out. Like, she's real good. Um, the I wrote towards the end, I was like, the demon has to be depression. That's the only thing I can come up with at this point because he wasn't summoned, he wasn't bound to the house, he wasn't like
So
something
that they
from her
talked
husband.
about. She asked him about a way out earlier in the movie, and or she says something, and he says, I told you there's a way out," and she
And
said, I don't want to do it, or I don't accept it, or whatever.
it's to
I think it
give
was
her daughter
sacrificing her
to it,
daughter.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sacrificing her daughter to him.
Yeah.
So that makes me think that it's not depression,
Well,
or that makes me
I
think
th-
that it is demonic. Now,
I think
if the only way out was to like kill herself, then I can see that being like uh, depression, or even oppression from a demon. Like you got
Well,
one way up, you kill yourself.
maybe he's saying that to give in to the monster is to pass that on, that feeling to her, like to continue on her path that she's on gives her that sadness and feeling, and the monster takes over her. The world, as John keeps saying, that the terrible things that are
I need
happening.
to hear this commentary.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it too.
I need to fire one.
Because if he
I'll
just
fire
says,
one up right now.
yeah, if he just said,
got
I don't know what it
questions.
is, yeah, it'd be pretty crazy.
Hey, it's
But
fine.
I'm sorry.
Interpret it how you will.
like
Yeah.
so Heather Langenkamp went through the exact same thing her character did, and she said her daughter got her through it. And the relationship between the uh Mindy is her name. Mindy and her mom is like real contentious. Like apparently she's messed up before. And they have and she left home.
Yeah.
So they had like a
That's what
rough
made me think it
relationship.
was drugs. That's why I thought it was drugs at
Well,
first. So
yeah, partly that too. Like I flip flopped with a lot of like what they were really talking about. Um, but she said like they're going to leave at some point, talking about their daughters. They're going to leave at some point. It's enjoying the time you have while enjoying the time you have with them now before they go off and do their own thing. And then when she came back at the very, very end during the credits, they're older, a little bit older, she came back. So it's like their relationship's really good. So they're not, the depression demon ain't gnawing away at them anymore.
right.
Um, but yeah, so I like this one a lot. I dig the ending because only they can break through. And the sacrifice they were talking about was pushing her daughter away. If in the sense of this was like a depression monster. Not the exact opposite of Big Mouth on Netflix. I gave this one a 7 out of 10. It was cool.
So this is the second time I watched this one. First time through, had a big problem with the ending. And maybe I don't even understand this movie now. I thought it was a much simpler
Yeah,
story than what you guys are saying. But and would the ending be better this time around? For me, the answer is no. Well, I like this creature. I like the way he looks, the way he talks, his demeanor. It's just he's a very casual creature. Like everything, he doesn't get too excited, just even keel. Again, this actress, she's good. I, again, sometimes the look on her face is just like terror, and I don't think a lot of people can pull that off. It's nice to see the cameos. Other than that, I like the movie up till the ending. It's a little long in my opinion, but I don't remember the first time seeming so long. So maybe that says something about the story and actually being into it up until the ending and time going by. But this one seemed to drag. Yeah, so I just thought, and I was even talking to Frank last week, that this was just kind of a thing where they killed the monster and now they become the monster. I mean, why are they sinking their teeth in and eating this thing all of a sudden? And then I was like, I've seen this several times in other movies where, like, I just seen basically that same scenario in a movie called Unwelcome. That might still be on Shudder. I don't know. But I watched that, and that was kind of the same scenario. Like you kill this thing, and then you become that thing, and you're that thing until someone kills you. So that's kind of what I thought this movie was. So maybe I don't know, maybe I'll revisit this some years later. But it's 6 out of 10 for me. I like it. this is probably the same way with Allegoria. If I find it cheap somewhere, I'll probably pick it up. But if he's going to continue to make movies, so this would still be super early in his career, and I
Mhm.
think that there is potential there. Even with Allegoria, you could see the potential in the stories. The writing wasn't quite there, but everything else was. So I think he'll get better. He may even surpass his brother one day. Who knows?
That's
But
what I was gonna ask.
He's got
yeah,
a
6 out of
he's
10
got a
for me.
distinct style. I
Yeah.
like his style. He's not trying to be, look at me, I'm Rob Zombie too. You know what I mean? He's got his own voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
His dialogue's a lot better than his brother's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I will say
sure.
that
Just think
the
of
way
the
characters talk is better.
oh
right.
yeah.
The upgrade in quality from Allegoria to this is like 10 times better. So yeah, by 3 or 4 movies from now, he should be
One
way
point
better.
better.
Yeah, well, right. 1%.
I
Yeah.
got 1 point.
These
One
are
point better.
I
Yeah.
feel like
10%
these are
better.
Yeah.
except for, technically these are like technically sound films. Like I feel like
Mhm.
that
For as
it's
early
not
as this is,
it's well made. Like they're both like especially this was Little Bites was really really well made. I
Mhm.
thought
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
I
had
agree.
no problems like almost, you know what I mean? It was just like, it was just I didn't give it a 10, but I still like did enjoy this movie. Like it should be watched.
I was sitting there watching it and I was thinking, I was like, man, I picked a good one. I picked a good one. This is going to be a 9 or 10 out of 10. And then that last 2 minutes, I was like, okay.
Like imagine
7.
how good it would have been if he would have just made the monster eat them both. Like, and then that's it. What's wrong with the monster winning, guys? What's wrong? That makes it so much more impactful. Or they just kill it in a different way. I don't know why. That's the only problem I had with it
It
was
would have
that
been
fucking
cool if it was like a literal demon. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like that I would have loved to have seen that story, that
I,
backstory of him.
I'm gonna watch it again and see how it looks through the lens of allegory. He seems to like it. He likes allegory.
yeah.
I mean, he pretty much told us. I
Allegoria. Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.